resides at number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road. That is where we are broadcasting from this morning. We are on social media at VOP 903 FM on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. And we also stream live from our website at www.thevoiceofthepeople.ng. You can watch us now on YouTube because we're live there right now at VOP, that is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Welcome to the front page review of our daily newspapers. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie, and I'm going to be giving you the headlines from the newspapers today. Rundown of what is happening in our beloved country, Nigeria, from the Punch to This Day newspaper to the Sun to Daily Thrust. We have it all here, and I'm going to be giving you the headlines. And later on, you join the conversation. You can respond to any of the stories of your interest from the headlines. You can just respond to any of them. We're going to have our in-house analyst here, Rufai Oseni, who is going to be calling in on the program later on after the headlines to analyze some of the issues in the news. Now, let's get on with it this morning. We're going to start with the Punch newspaper, as always. Now, we have here an interesting story to start up with. It says Sanwo-Olu names new fiscal planning commissioner. We know the last one resigned some days ago. We even talked about it on the show. So from the Punch newspaper this morning, it's saying that Sanwo-Olu named new fiscal planning commissioner. That's the first headline this morning. The second one from the Punch says angry oil workers blame soldiers protest today. Buhari won't withdraw REC nominations, the minister tells critics. SANUs reject 23.5 pay rise, state varsities kick. The story is on the Punch. Atiku meets presidential aspirants. PDP neck holds that today. Another story from the Punch. PDP day of reckoning coming, says Wike. PDP day of reckoning coming, says Wike. Another story here from the Punch also says why we visited Wike, a 17 PDP governor candidate. Now to the Sun newspaper this morning. Blocked funds the federal government to sanction Airlines selling tickets in dollars. Denies it comes with a rider. It says here denies spending 14.6 billion on Nigeria Airlines. Also from the Sun this morning, ASUU strike, no going back or no work, no pay policy, says Adamo. That is from the Sun this morning. Brain drain, it's not bed of roses out there. Federal government warns young doctors. Okay, if you're thinking of Jack Barron, federal government is saying that there is no bed of roses anywhere. Also from the Sun this morning, 2023 Anglican primate caution Nigerians against religious ethnic politics. And from the Vanguard now, Vanguard story this morning said despite increased liquidity, banks borrow 124.6 billion naira from CBN. Another story here, Bama Hospital Zulum order instant renovation of doctors' quarters, employment of 30 doctors and nurses. Okay, now to the Daily Thrust this morning. Kaduna Abuja train attack. Bandit negotiator Mamu nabbed over 2 billion naira ransom racketeering. Yes, that story is on the Daily Thrust. DMO issues a saving bonds with over 10 interest. That's 10% interest. Another story here from the Daily Trust. The headline reads here, over 21,000 new PVCs still uncollected in Lagos, says INEC. So if you've not collected your PVC, go and collect it because over 21,000 yet to be collected. Now, to this day, a newspaper, oil workers begin nationwide rallies against massive oil theft today. From this day newspaper, federal government to punish airlines selling tickets in dollars. I think this story is also on the Punch this morning. And finally, from this day newspaper, oil price dropped to 7 months low on China lockdown recession fears. And another headline: Peter Obi meets Okonjo-Iweala at WTO. And finally, this morning, we are ending the headlines with this day newspaper. Nigeria may begin supply of more gas to Europe by March 2023, says Silva. These are your headlines this morning. We've given you stories from different newspapers. You can pick up a copy of any of them and read up lots of stories and headlines for you. We'll go for a quick commercial break, but before we go, I'd like to inform you that Obed Awede is right here in the studios. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You made it.
Yes, I tried.
Good to have
yes,
you. Good to have you.
I crossed all the obstacles.
The 7
traffic
C's.
and all.
I know you to be here.
Yes.
Good to have you. So we're going to pay some bills, and when we return, we'll get to the heart of the matter this morning. So don't go anywhere. Just keep it close right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM.
Relax and find comfort. The right place to be is the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, we offer excellent services to our clients and customers. We serve high quality wines at our restaurant and bar, while our continental dish is second to none. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, located on 42 Muritala Mohammed International Airport Road, our rooms are in conformity with international standard and best practices. We accord priority to security for all our guests. Breakfast is free.
That's how I do.
Yay! And we have standard facilities for your seminar and training. For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-7003-333.
Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist, you know. That's how I do.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender Jitters, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36, Lagos International Airport Road, beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream, delights in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festa Town, 28 at Denira Ogusanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1, Romeo's Pizza and Coldberry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Top of the morning to you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and you are listening to the front page review of our daily newspapers. My name is Mary Onaife Edebi. Now we begin today with a story from the Daily Thrust newspaper. It has this headline: Kaduna Abuja train attack bandits, negotiator Mamu nabbed over 2 billion naira ransom racketeering. A bit of the story, it says here that Tuko Mamu, the Kaduna-based publisher, was arrested on Tuesday by security operatives in Cairo, Egypt, for his alleged involvement in collecting ransom and taking some to terrorists in exchange for kidnapped victims. Daily Trust is reporting this morning. Some of the security sources said beyond his relationship with insurgents in Nigeria, Mamu was also arrested because of his strong ties with a terror group in the Sinai area in Egypt. But the truth is that Nigerian authorities have been accused of not doing enough to secure the release of kidnapped victims whenever such incident occur. A development that makes it necessary for desperate families to devise other means, including ransom payment, to liberate their loved ones from the fear of being kidnapped. And this is where Mamu comes in. He became a superstar because he helped a lot of these families of the kidnapped victims get their brothers and sisters back. But now he has been arrested, and there is so much talk about his arrest. Why? Why should you arrest somebody that was negotiating with terrorists to help save the lives of people that have been kidnapped? We have Rufai Hussaini on the line this morning. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Morning, Mary. Thank you so much. I think I sort of saw this coming because Mahmoud did raise concerns about this. You know, the last time I got a chance to interview him, and he said a lot. You know, he talked about the federal government not responding, that at some point he even feels like pulling out because that they are not turning the deal against it. But also, in the spirit of balance, we'd like the DSS to come out with their investigations, you know, as regards this. They have repatriated him, they have arrested him, they have started investigations. Let us see their investigation so that we get to the end and the bottom of this once and for all. It's just sad that we built a country where bandits and terrorists can collect ransom and kill people and all of that and collect money worth 2 billion, and we're hearing cases of ransom racketeering. But the side of Mahmoud is, I'm blaming the government because even when I started, the government team that was supposed to come in to help, to listen to the demand, nothing came out of it. But DSS saying you're complicit in this, but hey, this is an allegation. Until the DSS comes out, you know, with their investigation and we see both sides of, you know, the iron of this matter, and we get to the bottom of this matter, then nothing will happen. But like you said, right, it's also a failure, you know, on our part as a nation, as security forces that incumbent leadership. That we have a country where bandits can rough show that they're having negotiators, ransom are being paid, we're not having intermediaries to negotiate, release of family members, and all of this continues. And as we speak, there are still people in the den. And what is the offense of these people? It's because they took a train that is supposed to be the dividends of democracy in Nigeria, that the federal government says, this is what I did for you as Nigerian people. They had faith in that train, and they took that train, and on that train they were attacked, and some of them were killed, which we have even forgotten that some of them were killed now. And now some of them are still in captivity, which is a sad occurrence for our country. But let's see how this pans out. I would like to see the end of this investigation, and also we must get a lot of transparency. Nigerians deserve a right to know in all of this.
Thank you so much, Rufai. Obed Awede, what do you make of this? Because Gumi has not been arrested.
Exactly what I said.
And he's also a negotiator.
Yes, also a negotiator. You know, I was saying that, well, we don't know what the government has on Tukur Mamu. And because it was very strange, he was arrested in Egypt, and then he was deported, brought back here, and then detained. But you see, over time, a lot of groups have been making calls that Shegumi has been very vociferous in trying to make the arguments for the terrorists. He tries to make the arguments. He tries to say, look, they deserve to be treated well, they deserve amnesty, they deserve so much, and he has contacts, he goes in, he says he has gone in, he has made them. But Shegumi has never been picked up on anything at all. So you ask yourself that, is there something that the DSS knows that we do not know? But I guess the reason why Shegumi is hot potato sort of is because he's a cleric. And you know, once you are a cleric, government tries to make sure as much as possible that it doesn't get into these religious, propaganda and conflicts. But once you work as a negotiator, you know that you are a potential candidate for the intelligence services to actually, get to try to see what you are doing. But for families who have been helped by what Tuko Mamu has done, and I'm sure a lot of them will feel let down that somebody who's been very helpful in terms of negotiating and obtaining the release of their loved ones is being held. But we don't know what the DSS are, so we wait to see how the story develops.
Okay. According to the DSS, they said that he's on the list. They had to, that it's so urgent that he had to be brought in from Cairo in Egypt because he's been wanted for...
It's always like that. I actually had a reporter, Ahmad Salkida, when I was managing editor of the Insider Weekly newspaper. And over time became a Daily Trust reporter. And then when they had the Boko Haram problems and the rest of them, because of his wide contacts deep in these groups, and he was bringing out the stories of compromises on the part of the military and what was going on within the groups and the rest of them, the government felt offended that he was exposing them, and also for them giving publicity to Boko Haram, so he became a target too. So these things come with the terrain. I'm sure Mamu, as a journalist and publisher, will know that well. What is that things you often get? But the problem is to ask is, why is the government not actually tackling the main issues? People have mentioned names. I remember Governor Erufai. People have mentioned names. People have mentioned names of people who are complicit, who are sponsors, who are things like that. But we've not had any major arrest of any major figure or something, or any figure at all that you say, okay, this is somebody that is compromising in terms of all these banditry and terrorism around the country. But we'll just see how the investigation goes, and perhaps we might just see something at the end or nothing at the end.
Okay, let's wait. We hope to see something at the end of this. So another headline here from This Day newspaper. It says here, and this story is on different newspapers, federal government to punish airlines selling tickets in dollars with the riders, says reports of government spending 14.6 billion on Nigeria Air embarrassing falls. Now, the federal government has reacted formally to the issue of foreign airlines selling tickets to Nigerian passengers in dollars, saying such practice was a violation of the nation's extant laws. The Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, who disclosed this to newsmen yesterday after a weekly Federal Executive Council meeting, which was presided over by the President Muhammad Buhari at the State House in Abuja, said the Nigerian government would not hesitate to punish identified international airlines selling tickets in hard currency. But why would they not sell tickets in foreign currency, which is the dollar, when a naira is falling on a daily? Rufai Oseni, can you respond to this?
Mary, I'm a patriot, but I don't buy your argument. I'm sorry to tell you that they have no right to sell tickets in dollars. Today, the pound is at an all-time low against the dollar. Would you see them sell airline tickets in dollars in the UK? It's not possible. You see, yes, there might be a lot of things wrong with Nigeria, but when we have to be patriotic, we have to say it the way it is. And it only makes common sense. The renminbi in China is way lower than the dollar. Do you see Chinese people selling airline tickets locally in dollars? No, it's not a legal tender in Nigeria. And I don't know why this foreign airline, the things they can't do in their country, they come and do all of that rubbish here. Just like they won't even give us the chance to fly into their country based on barter agreements, yes. But they will come here and flex muscle. They keep holding us to the jugular, and I think the problem also is on the government. Let us bolster our airline industry in this country so that these guys will not come and use us to make It is sad. Currency fluctuations, yes. I'm not saying the currency are not fluctuating on anything, but the legal tender in the country is still naira.
The naira, yes.
Just yesterday, the yen of Agbo.
Yes, are you there? Okay, I guess we're having some network here. Yeah, it's going to call us back or get back on the line. Do you agree with what?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So as I was saying, just only yesterday, The Jan of Ag was talking about the dollarization of our policy and the dollarization of our country. And this thing also has an effect on our dollar. This is not to exonerate the CBN too and bad monetary policies. Please don't get me wrong. This is not to exonerate them for bad monetary policies, just bad mismanagement of the economy. But also, when we are supposed to be patriots of our people, we have to be patriots. So I totally support Hadi Sirika, just like I supported Hadi Sirika 100% when he kicked against the UAE and stopped their flights from coming here because they didn't allow our flights to go there. You see, we need to be patriotic in this country. See, monkey no fine, but a mommy like him. And that's just the truth of the matter. Things might not be where we want them to be in Nigeria, but our country is our country. We can't deny that fact. Monkey no fine, but a mommy like him like that. That's why we keep speaking so that things will get a whole lot better. But we in the media support them for these illicit things they are doing. It is wrong to come and say airline tickets in dollars in this country. Yes. It is wrong. Let us call them out.
Okay.
So yes,
Obed, do you agree with this?
I agree with his position. Yes, there's no reason why you should sell anything in any other currency but the Naira. You know, there are luxury apartments in Ikoyi and the rest of them which actually price in dollars. And at the point it became an issue, and take the CBN and a few other regulatory agencies warned that this should not go on. But people still do it under the cover and so on. But on the airline, that is regarding the foreign airlines, what is the other problem? To be unable to repatriate their earnings because of the foreign exchange controls of the CBN. Yes. So they had about $480 million of this thing on repatriated earnings. Of course, they sold the Naira. And then the understanding of a businessman, if you operate anywhere, is that once you do business, you're able to take your earnings back. Unfortunately, they won't be able to do that. I think some weeks back, the CBN, about 2-3 weeks back, the CBN pledged to give about 265 or so, provide 265 million, and that will be able to repatriate. So most of them are looking at the business and asking that once you have an economic situation in Nigeria that is not quite stable, you know, going forward, yes, what do they have to do? Do they have to do this on, sell in Naira and not have problems? I believe that most of them will circumvent it using travel agencies, and travel agencies are going to be telling people that if you want to get a ticket, then they have to find a way to provide foreign currency for it, even though on their sites you'll be seeing Naira equivalents and the rest of them. Rufai raised the point of inadequate capacity, local capacity in the airline business. We don't quite have, apart from Airpeace and perhaps one or two that are doing some international shuttles, we don't quite have in international airlines that are viable. I mean, local airlines that are viable international routes. So we'll still be held hostage to this rule, but definitely they don't have a basis to do that, yes.
Okay, now to our final story before we open the phone lines. Although we have another story, but let's see if we can squeeze the two in. This is concerning the ASUU strike, no going back on no work, no pay policy. As SANU has said that the 25% that the government is offering is too small and they are not taking it. The back and forth between striking university lecturers under the umbrella of Academic Staff Union of University, that's ASUU, and the federal government continued on Wednesday when the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, maintained that the federal government has not and will not rescind its decision on no work, no pay policy. Adamu appeared on China's television program Policy Today and talked so much about the federal government decision not to pay any worker that go on strike for whatever reason for the period they were out of work. Rufai Hussaini, we know that this ASUU matter has been on for long, back and forth. Yesterday we even talked about it. But hearing Adamu, Minister of Education, saying that they are not going to go back on what they said, no work, no pay. What do you think about that statement? Is it not too hard to woo ASUU to come back to resume?
Mary, I think Adamu wouldn't have said that in the interview yesterday. Yeah. I thought the agreement was they were going to review that no work, no pay.
Yes.
The review is for both parties to sit down and the government party to sit down and review, and make concessions. Because on the other side, ASUU is arguing that they've not just been teaching, they've been doing research and some other things. So if you want to woo people, you woo them proper. I think that hardline stance and that The thing, I think they also, maybe for the next government, they need to take all government cabinet members on a refresher course on how to speak in the media. Mm-hmm. It's really lacking.
That would be a welcome development.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I'm not sure they do it in their retreat before they get in. I'm not sure. And because it's more intense. And that's why you see that companies do that. They invest on media. In fact, I have been part of the training team of a national multinational in this country about how top executives are faced with media. And I think government too should start doing it, because that comment was not necessary.
It wasn't.
Honestly. That you're not going to go back. Okay, what if you go back on the stand by the rule of the government? What he should have said is, we'll look at it, the possibility. I can't give any affirmative word on it, but we'll look at it, the possibility. Things keep changing. But not this top stands and everything. You see, one of the things that anger a lot of Nigerians is the way most of these government officials talk. They need to give them a fresher course, that there are words that you can say to shield and calm things down. There's a way you tell somebody that he's stupid and he will be laughing, and there's a way that you tell somebody that he's stupid and he will break your head. So I don't think that was necessary, honestly. We're trying to calm things down. A lot of people are beginning to prevail on ASUU. Yes, the money might be small, but what is the option? Can we meet halfway? It's already over 200 days now. 6 months have gone. We can never regain lost time, like the minister too rightly said yesterday. So how can we use soothing words to calm each other down? That's what we should be looking at now. Because you see, we are all going to suffer. Our education system is suffering. Our future generation is suffering in this country. So how can we tamper the rhetoric now and bring it down? And I'm also happy that there's a committee set up by Jubril Musa and some other top professors and former VCs, like a committee of elders to also speak to both parts. Maybe when cool heads prevail, we can settle this matter once and for all. Honestly, I feel for those students. I feel for those students. I feel for the parents. I feel for Nigeria.
Okay. Obed, quickly before we move to the last story.
Okay, yes. The minister's comment here yesterday is at variance with the understanding that came out of the meeting that they held earlier this week.
Yes.
The understanding, as expressed by Ben Gung, who is the Assistant Director of Press in the Ministry of Education, said that, we have this no work, no pay policy, but it's like there's a kind of review, and the committee will look at it. Government will have a rating. That's why most of the headlines we're reading in the aftermath of that meeting, I think 2 days ago, that government is going to look at the no work, no pay. So the minister coming on set to say that, I think it's just the imperiousness with which ministers in this government and talk. You listen to Amici, you listen to this man, everybody talks with a kind of imperial attitude. No, we are not going back on anything. But I think and that will be addressed, but the communication is really poor, and it actually sends the wrong message to us. So by today, tomorrow, we'll see ASUU Airlines screaming back, we are not going to take this, and so on and so forth. but I believe that committee will actually do some work on that and get.
Okay. Rufai, before we let you go this morning, there's this headline that I would like you to just have a comment on it. Oil workers begin nationwide rallies against massive oil theft today. What is this all about? Why is the oil workers in Nigeria saying they are going to have rallies? Oil workers in Nigeria yesterday declared that they would begin a nationwide rallies today in protest against the current massive theft of the country's crude oil and destruction of oil assets in a bid to force government to act and halt the menace. Coming under the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, the oil workers noted that having engaged the leadership of the security agencies, the regulatory bodies, as well as captains of industry to find a way of curbing this problem without appreciable results, they are taking matters into their own hand, and they are going to start rallies against the massive today. So what is all of this?
I just pray the rally too doesn't turn into a strike, because we all know how very critical these oil workers are. But I support them on this. You know why I support them on this rally? Because when you look at it, it is destroyed our prospect as a nation. We make a sizable part of our governmental revenue. Oil doesn't take oil is about 7% of our GDP, but a sizable part of our government revenue that we use to run the governmental arm comes from oil. And there are workers in this sector. And this sector is being depleted by crude oil theft. And when you hear across board the argument by security agencies, you wonder what is happening. You remember how a top security person,
yes,
of one of the arms of the military was talking about how it's almost impossible, that the numbers are exaggerated of the oil being stolen. Those arguments can be very annoying when you also hear the fact that if you are saying the numbers are exaggerated of what is being stolen, but we are not meeting OPEC quota now. We are not meeting OPEC quota. Now that there's Russia-Ukraine crisis, and we're supposed to be happy making money. Nigeria is supposed to be one of the making a lot from oil at this point in time, but nothing is coming in. Wars that increase oil price normally favor. You remember how the Gulf War in the 90s favored us so much now that we had excess money in our accounts, but we don't have excess money because we're not even meeting our quota. Then who is stealing the oil? And like I used to ask, is the oil just disappearing? The oil will just say, okay, crude oil, me, I disappear, offer, go away. No, now. It's somebody that's probably taking on. And there's a high-level complicity. Everybody has been able to agree across board.
okay,
And that's why it's bring about solutions to the problem. And if we would take the oil workers rallying all over the country to show that they are serious and they want solutions being done, and not excuses, because what we've just been giving is excuses. They keep passing the buck to one another, but the problem is not solved. My father will always say that something that cannot talk should not be smarter than you that can speak and talk. Oil cannot talk. It should not be smarter than us that can speak, that can even create the pipeline where the crude oil passes through.
The oil is not the problem. It's the people that are behind the oil.
It's the people
Thank
that's
you.
spreading this.
Now that's the problem now. It's the people.
Thank you, Ruf. Thank you, Ruf.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a great day. We need to start taking
On this
calls.
score of the oil, if let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
On this score of the oil workers doing rallies, some of these things are just hypocritical. You can't do massive stealing of the kind that you do without oil workers who work at the pumps and who work at the flow stations and who work at the loading stations and the rest of them. So
they are together in this.
the truth of the matter is that
yes.
you find that you have complicity from security forces, from the oil industry workers and the rest of them. It's possible that the whole industry will come, we are losing jobs, but there are those at the pump stations. They know what they do. I remember during Abacha, when Abacha was in power, I did a story on crude oil theft. And I got people who told me that there are tankers, there are some dedicated tankers belonging to the military top brass, that when those guys come to load their tankers, they turn off the meter.
Oh.
So they don't meter them. So they just go. So you find that oil workers are all involved in all this. So they will do rallies, they will carry placard and be going around, hey, we do this, and they will say, we have done something. But the truth is that we all are complicit. If you have a bad country, it's because people are complicit and they are Nigerians.
Like this rally, just to say we have done something.
Yes, we have done something. We are doing something. So you see that all the workers are serious about getting their jobs, but it doesn't quite work at that way. They are all involved at the level of
the vessels you're talking about. They are so big that you can't.
Of course, yes.
They don't disappear.
No,
they
of
go
course.
through the waters and they are safe. Like
But MV Pride disappeared.
we have our very first caller. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, John Legend. Yes, I know.
From
Yeah, welcome, Mr. John Legend.
The truth is that comes to also, like I told you from the one that the leader, our current leader,
Yes.
they don't need Western education. They have whatever they say, they do it exactly how they say it. There is no two ways about it. Yes, the Boko Haram means education. They are fighting education here and there. There is nothing you can do concerning this ASUU strike that we call, even if they call it off now. When if eventually APC win the next election, the strike will continue because they don't want Western education. Talking of oil,
Yes.
whether they go strike or they do not go strike, or whether they will start the strike today, we are not benefiting anything in this oil. Because why? They are sharing within themselves. It's only the government are taking the oil. They are the ones stealing the oil. Are they flying from air?
Mm.
Is it not from the sea? Is there no navy? Is there no police? They not the ones stealing all this? They are the ones stealing all these things. So when people are talking as if that the oil fly from air, it's just like it's onto a breeze. fly from there to where they will refine it. They know everything. We don't have a government. Only this government must be changed. Only if Nigeria will accept, let this government pack their load. The way the remaining one we have, we start from there. This government has destroyed Nigeria. So there's nothing anybody can say about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John Legend. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. You can call the number to join the conversation this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. Welcome to the program.
Mary, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. We can.
Okay. My name is Peter Monson from Shomulu.
Yes, welcome, Mr. Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes,
yes.
We're with you. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. Now, see, Mahmoud that is being arrested in Egypt and sent back to Nigeria.
Yes.
I want to think that this is not a ploy to muscle that man, to make sure that he's gagged, he will not talk. Because maybe he might come to reveal to us, or wherever he was going to, there may be a possibility of him revealing those that are involved in this terrorism in Nigeria. Yeah, Gumi is not arrested as a religious man.
Yes.
But even other people who have been going to the forest with Gumi, have we forgotten that Gumi told us that he usually go to the forest with government officials? Who are those government officials? Do they not have names? Are they not identifiable? That we must hear and know them? See, let's just say something. I want to key into what the last speaker just said about this government. If this government does not go away, we may not witness the end of terrorism in Nigeria. If this government will not go away, the stealing will continue. Unfortunately, this is the same Buhari that promised to come and fight criminality and corruption and then stealing. And then it has ascended to high heaven under Buhari. And finally, if this government does not go away, I'm telling you that the ASUU strike may not end. I just want to believe that the federal government has declared war against higher institutions in Nigeria because their children are not here, so that they will bring their children back to come and rule us and bring us down as their fathers have done. So the point remains, maybe by the time the war in Ukraine will end, after all, students in Ukraine, in some areas, are not going to school now. I believe after the war, they will start the school. Then after the war, by the federal government and educational system in Nigeria, we will start the school. After all, after Biafra-Nigeria war, school started. So let us just allow this government to go and go away with all their bad luck and go away with their wickedness and criminality. Then we will rebuild Nigeria of our dreams. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Peter Monse, for your contribution this morning. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. What's your take on the big stories this morning? Hello, good morning. We have Ambassador Mushba on the line. Good morning. Yes, good morning to you, Ambassador.
Good morning, Ambassador.
And Rufa, good morning to you. First of all, I want Nigeria to know one thing. No matter what, we should find solutions. We find solutions to what we have on ground. To me, at times, government continue, and government continue in their way. And I'm surprised why we are still where we are today with no solution. I could remember before this government comes, some Nigerian government concerning Boko Haram pack a lot of money, go to Niger to go and negotiate. How many of you remember?
Yes,
And
of course.
up to this moment, during the good luck time, we don't know how come about that money. Who? There's Mama Boko Haram. What is the woman that time? Look, I thought it's like maybe the government needs to listen to the people to get solutions to the problem on ground. This they come and gone. That is that. Maybe I believe one day we got this right. You said that government wants government. Government always the same because we allowed them. On the issue of those who are using dollars to pay the island, to me, who is to blame? Go and deep down. You see, some Nigeria behind this. Some Nigeria were behind this racketeer, using dollars to pay pay for ticket, whatever. Nigeria behind it. And I don't know why we allow this to happen in our country, where you want to hire a foreign coach, you cannot pay him naira, you pay him in dollars. These are deals. To me, I think we need to get it right. We Nigeria, we the one that can make it right. Okay? On this oil theft, there is no how this oil theft those who are protesting, some of them are culpable. They are part of this. They know themselves. It's not possible for Your Highness to go and do this. You must be those who know it in and out, give information to others. I think we don't be patriotic in this country. Nigeria belongs to every one of us. We are Nigerians. No matter the government did, let's condemn the leaders, not condemn Nigeria. Nigeria will make great today. Nigeria will make great tomorrow. So let's be patriotic in everything we are doing. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ambassador. Thank you for your contribution. You are listening to the front page review of our daily newspapers on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We are on social media now at VOP 903 FM on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. And right now we are streaming on YouTube. You can join our family on YouTube. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Voice of People family, I greet you all.
Welcome to the family. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from Benue State.
Oh, welcome, Gabriel.
You see, the problem of Nigeria, the more you see, the less you know. And the more you try to solve one problem, the more that comes because of the people in the government today. You know, let's start from the man they arrested in Egypt.
Yes, Tuko.
Gumi has been a chief negotiator all this while. Yeah. They never see him to arrest. Simply because maybe he is from one tribe, or maybe he is from social religion, also maybe he's from social politics or parties. You understand now?
Yes.
And the man, the other man that went to negotiate, the one they arrested in Egypt, I believe Nigeria know about his arrest. Maybe because he's also from another tribe. Let us research where are these two men come from? You will know what I am saying. If it is Fulani, they will never arrest them. That has been from generation to generation. They will never arrest them. But if it's from another tribe, they are trying to do the same thing Fulani is doing, they will quickly arrest you. Okay, let's come this way again. Yeah. What about like Gumi now? Gumi has been negotiating all this while. Why are they not arresting him? You understand? They do not arrest him. Okay, the same Nigeria, they proved to them from Dubai that 4 or 5 people are supporting Boko Haram, and they are in government in Nigeria here. Why are they not? Why is DSS not prove them and arrest them as well? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
To show that we are more Nigerians than others. They see some people as more Nigerian. That is why problem is culminating. Problem is there every day because they see some people as more Nigerian. They own our land than others. You understand? Even those who are supposed to be slaves, who came after, when everybody who came to Nigeria late, they are now talking. I mean, negotiating for Nigeria. They are now the chief everything for Nigeria. I'll not mention their name anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay, let us come back to the one of ASUU strike.
Yes.
Now,
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think the line is breaking. Okay. Call us back so we can continue the conversation. Yes, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Mary, good morning. It's Kola. This is Dr. Kola.
Oh, welcome. Good to have you join us today.
Thank you. I've missed your program. I traveled back to Kano.
but we are always online. You can listen to us on our website or YouTube.
You know, sometimes if you're traveling on an highway like this, we don't used to go with 100.
Yeah, that's true. Because of security.
Officers on the road.
Yes. Welcome. Join the conversation.
Oh, thank you. On this Boko Haram issue.
Yes.
You know, there was one time when we were talking, the phone got caught.
Yeah.
This Boko Haram issue. You know the people to settle this Boko Haram?
No. I don't know them. Who?
This cleric, this Islamic cleric.
Yes.
They are the ones to settle it. Because if I remember, 98, 99, before the coming out of Obasanjo as a president in PDP, there's one local government, Wudil. They did, you know, Sheikh, this year man in Zaria, they did a tour war from Wudil to Kano, Metropolitan Kano, that get roundabout, raising flag bearer that stop Western education. This same Gumi, I will if I will cut it wrong, all right, he has hand in it too. Because if you remember, he's an afar, this prayer preaching. They all knew all how they started the Boko Haram just to intimidate some religion, some tribal people there. So, and now it has come and backfired that nobody could control it anymore. They've now turned it to business. Let them go and make this clearance. They should start preaching back the way they preach previous back on Western education. They should preach back that education should come back. Then the crisis will reduce. Because Nigerian had become, somebody could just stand up today, talk to somebody, gather people, turn them to religion aspect, start killing people. The day I wanted to enter the train, this same train that the bandits condemned.
Yeah.
Was not some days to small Salah. We went with our ram. They said there's no seat, there's no space for us. Now it's what luckily I am. That was not part of the team.
Wow.
Because I wanted to leave from Kano. Took me 3 days in railway, Odubako railway there. No space, no chance for us. So we had to go and charter the motor. So the outcome of this Boko Haram issue, let the clerics from the north start preaching to their children. Because this last year I traveled, I had somebody, some cause of boys sitting down, saying with no means, no how, with the poverty in the town, if they see any means of access of joining these criminal people, they are ready. At least let them get money to feed. If you go to Kano are crying today. I went to Kano, I'm just like a president. The money I went for business has become something I'm sharing to neighborhoods that they don't have money to pay themselves. And we keep shouting, Boko Haram, Boko Haram, Boko Haram. Majority of their children are there.
Thank you.
You can't tell me.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, please. That also I don't want to be calling people. And I want to issue about this, our ASUU strike.
Yeah.
This our ASUU strike. I heard when they are saying, the government are saying they will not pay them. They are saying they will not resume back. I stopped education immediately when Koro started. I paid for my school. This ASUU education, this ASUU are not helping anybody. Let's be fact about it. Students will graduate, no work, no anything.
Okay.
You waste their time on this ASUU, this thing.
Okay, thank you. We have to let you go now so that we can take more calls. We really appreciate your contribution. You can call us again tomorrow to be part of the program because we need to take as many calls as possible. We have another call on the line. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Frank.
Yeah.
Yes. Good to have you today.
There with Obed and Rufai.
Good morning.
Okay, I want to speak about this Mamu arrest in Egypt.
Yes.
Yeah. We know that the federal government and the DSS, all these guys should be working together. But remember, last night, over the news at CBC, Lai Mohammed said that the government of Nigeria does not know anything about the arrest of that man. Now, the federal government knows Mamu. They know Gumi.
Yes.
They know their negotiators. They know those guys know those kidnappers. Who is deceiving who? I want to quickly point out here, take note, that the kidnappers then we are talking about may be somewhere in one army barracks near the bush. And that is why the federal government has an idea. On this guys that's about to do rally today, those TUC people.
Yes, workers.
I'm 100% with them. You know why?
Why?
The military men, the security men, they are the number one thieves. I was in Warri a couple of years back. Do you know that any loaded vehicle that is passing at a particular checkpoint, military checkpoint, drops 20 liters of fuel every day, no matter the number of vehicles? Every day, 20 liters. If you drop it for them, then people will come and buy from them straight away right there. So to me, it is the security men, the Nigerian security men that are the oil thieves. They know them. On ASUU, I've always said, look at the combative stance and face of Adamu yesterday. This is the face of somebody who doesn't like education at all. And he is now the one that is heading education. They have told you they are not going to pay these people. The stiff-necked position of government shows you clearly they want to cripple education in Nigeria. Then on these guys in, what do you call them, foreigners that are selling tickets in Nigeria in dollars,
in dollars, selling for.
How did they go about it? They are in active connivance with Nigerian financial and monetary authority. If not, they will not dare that. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
So all this they work together. I think the right thing for Nigerians to do now is to push this government away. Let the people take over. Push this government away. With them in position, believe you me, our education, our economy, our everything would have collapsed completely by end of this year. That is my own humble view, my sister.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vram. Your views are quite humble indeed. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. As the program comes to a close, we just have a few minutes, if not just a minute, to round off. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Yeah, Chief Aloy, good to have you today.
Thank you.
Yes.
What I say, if you watch all the people when talking this morning, they are talking one thing. Let this government go. This APC government, let them go. And I wonder how people know their shame. But our people say when they person the dance, they will naked. People go to laugh, but the people won't get them. Go to shame. Why APC people go come out and they say they want to rule Nigeria again? Or for the sufferness, all these things when they happen, since I was born, I'm under 70 years now. I'm up to 70 or 70 something.
Yeah.
I never see this type of government. Even during the Japan war and the Nigeria, I never see this type of thing. Because this government, when they anything when they talk, what will they pray God? Their mandate remains 6 months or 5 months to go. Let them go. And anything where APC people they talk, I don't know. What I'm saying, let God help us. Let this government, I think, everything going to scatter or in February. And make we know who is who. Let everybody have their EVC for hand to vote. That is what I will say. Watch now, if you talk here, APC. If you talk here, APC. All these people went there for APC when need leaders. They're not to give their people advice. They're not to talk against something. If you want like the marijuana, I want way. I go to go church.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Our time here is up this morning, and we have to go. Before we go, any thoughts? Any last thoughts? Quickly.
We just pray for the best, that the government should do everything it has to do, be bold enough, and take the best decisions to make sure that we end terrorism in this country.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We've been having quite an interesting discussion this morning on the front page review of our daily newspapers. My name is Mario Naifeh Debbie, and Obed Awede and Rufai Oseni are the analysts you listen to on this program. Join us again tomorrow, God willing, at 7 o'clock on the dot, 7 to 8 a.m. every weekday. And a big thank you to everybody that has called us on the program. Coming up next at 8 o'clock is Ogendibo. So keep it here. Don't go anywhere. We are the voice of Lagos, the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.